Hello, everybody. Joe Malone here, coming to you live on Dallas Trading Floor. Well, Tesla is going to be reporting tomorrow, and it does look like we're going to see probably a little bit of a pullback, possibly with Tesla. Who knows? The analysts are expecting with the price drops and a few of the other things going on, that it's very likely that Tesla stock may be pulling back a little bit here, because the automobile market in general, because of financing, is weakening. But we still are, we're still looking fairly good. Let's take a look at the Tesla chart really quick for everybody here, and this is taking a look on. Let's see if I can get it right. Let's go over here to the Tesla chart. There we go. So basically, this is what's going on here with Tesla. Let's go here. We have it pulling back. It's a little bit down after hours at 184.29. So it's appearing that, let's see if I can get my camera back here. There we go. Come on. There we go. All right. It is pulling back a little bit here. Let's see if we can take a look at that. There we go. Pulling back a little bit with well under the 200-day line and well under the 50-day line. Probably I don't know if it's going to dive tomorrow. We may see a relief, but definitely not a good place to buy it. Just not set up properly. It just really isn't. Oops. Let's see if we get that over there. Just really not set up properly on the chart, and it's not in a place really where we can buy it. Let's see if we can get that. Hold on. Again, I'm having some issues regarding. Heck, there we go. All right. So now we're more. There we go. Now it's looking better. There we go. So here's the Tesla chart. Basically, we've got the earnings, of course, tomorrow, and let's look at some of the ratings here on it. On the technicals, we're right about the 21-day line. Now, normally this would be a good place to buy it, but I just think that I want to see it bounce here. I want to see how it moves tomorrow, and before doing anything. I'm definitely interested in the stock, but I do think we're gonna move lower on that, possibly down to 160. So that's kind of the that's kind of where we're at on the charts there. All right, let's take a look at some other stuff. And this is just the let's see if I can add it. There we go. This is how the today's markets moved, yeah. So S&P was up, Dow Jones down, Nasdaq down. I've written a little bit. Volume was down on the also on the big board as well. So just kind of pulled back, kind of a waiting for other things to happen here. And it's just really it's a relatively difficult, again, still a difficult market to trade. We're kind of just there. That's kind of where we're at. But that's sort of the situation with the overall markets. I wanted to show you some of the stuff that I think is definitely a buy. This is a stock that I have been trying to add a position in. It's called Triple Flag Precious Metals, and it's a nice stock because we are seeing it's the symbol on that was TFPM. What we're seeing on this one is we're just seeing a very, very strong, very strong move to the upside. Let's go to the actual live chart here to show you kind of what I'm talking about here. This is Triple Flag Precious Metals, and I did buy at 1687, pulled back down, hit the bounced on the 10-day line, and I definitely think this is one that's moving higher. It's up after hours 30 cents, which is kind of amazing. It was up today as well. So I think a lot of strength in this one. Not quite sure exactly why. 21 days to earnings here on this one, but this is one that I definitely think you could possibly pick up, and you might do well. And I've been trying to build a position in this one, and it seems to be working pretty well. Let's look at the technicals on it. It's still, it's very volatile. It's 8% above the 21-day line, but I still think it's buyable here. So you might want to look at this one potentially coming forward. I'm probably going to be adding to my position in this tomorrow if it doesn't pull back. It does look like, based on the after hours trading, that it is going to be moving higher. So this one you might want to put down TFPM triple flag precious metals. All right, let's look at what I'm currently have in my portfolio. And today was better than yesterday, that's for sure. I have Oseko Gold Resources. As you notice, there's kind of a heavy attention to some of the gold stocks, and this is based on potential inflation coming into the market. I've got OR, which is Oseko Gold Resources. It was down a little bit today, about 19 cents. ExxonMobil, that was up today. Goldfields, surprisingly, this one's down, but I've done quite well on this one. GFI. Lattice Semiconductor, this was up. ALGM, this is Allegro Microsystems, and I probably would be dropping this one. Rambus, which was down a little bit today, and one that I was talking about, this triple flag, triple flag, and I also have in here, and I didn't include it, AEM, and that's another one that I have. So, kind of all there, So let's take some questions here from everybody. Sorry about yesterday. Hey, Charles, XOM flagging or just consolidating? Good question. Let's take a look at XOM. This, of course, is I'm still pretty bullish on Exxon just because of the what's going on in the market. Even though the price of oil is bouncing around, I'm definitely seeing. I don't think this is really a flag, but I definitely think this is a consolidation. And that's sort of what I'm seeing here. It's a consolidation right here. See if I can show that. Sort of a consolidation there. Not really a flag because it didn't move above the high point here. So we're still in the base, as you can see. That's sort of the base there. But it looks like it's got some resistance here, right about 117. It seems like. It was up today about 1.9%, which is quite a bit for this stock, and about a 5% increase in terms of the volume. So I definitely am still relatively bullish on this one, even though it's in the oil and gas integrated, 155 out of 197. Not the greatest area in terms of accumulation. Want to run over to the fundamentals here again, kind of take a look at it to see. Yeah, there we go. Last quarter was good, up 12%, which is for this company is pretty amazing. 66% in terms of the profitability, so 90 relative strength. So it's still looking very, very strong, and I definitely think that we can. I don't think it's flagging. I think it's consolidating, and I think you're going to see a nice move up from there. All right, let's take a question from TikTok. Thoughts on Netflix? Let's look at Netflix. NFLX. And, I have not owned this one for a while. I just don't see a lot of growth for them. I think everyone that really would have bought Netflix really seems to, I think, own it right now. But let's look at it. Let's look at it in general. Of course, it's everybody knows about Netflix. Last quarter, their sales were only up 2%. That's a little bit concerning to me. In terms of the chart that we're looking at here, basically we're right at the 50-day line. And the 50-day line is above the 200-day line. So in general, I like that. Anytime, in this kind of a market, you want to make sure that you're above the 50 and you're above the 200. And we're definitely that's the case here. There was some buying going on here, and the earnings. I don't know what the earnings were, but let's look at the after hours. Yeah, it was off just a tad, not a lot, about a little bit, about $2.90. I'm not as excited about Netflix as I used to be. I just don't think that their runway is as long as it what used to be. So that's kind of my take on Netflix, at least for right now. All right, Tech Services, TECK. This is an oil company for Charles. Let's take a look. Tech Resources. Yeah, this is coming out of a base. Very nice, very nicely coming out of a base. Let's just want to check to see 14%. It's a little bit extended here. Yeah, let's look at it. Off that 20. Yeah, it's a little extended, as you can see there. But it's coming out of a nice base. So let's just think consolidate. I wouldn't buy this one. I think on this one, what you got to do is, this is just sort of a watch list right now. So I would watch list this one, just because I think that's kind of where it's at in terms of, in terms of this. I don't know if it's going any higher, and yeah, I just don't know. It's in the mining area, which I like, but unfortunately, it's not in the gold miners. It's in the kind of everything else miners. I do like the miners, and I do think we're going to see increased prices for copper and gold and silver, but I think it's the gold miners that are really showing the best, showing the best action. Talking about gold miners, let's jump on over to one of the gold miners, AEM. This is one I particularly like. It was off today, but I definitely particularly like this one. It's in Canada, and I definitely think we're going to see some support right here at the 10-day line, and it's at 57.27. So basically flat since it closed. It closed down just a tad. The advantage of this one is it's about right at the 21-day line. That's looking good. I think this continues to be a really good area. Gold and silver mining, as you can see, 3 out of 197. So definitely one of the strongest in terms of the groups here right now. So definitely something that is worthwhile. And I think you could buy it here. Now, again, I've been kind of loading up on some of the gold stocks, just because I do think that I really think that we're going to have some more inflation, unfortunately, and this is what can give you the boost. You have a lot of central banks buying gold right now. They're wanting to try to get out of the dollar, and really, there's only one way to do that, of course, and that's to buy gold. And the gold that they're buying typically is from some of these bigger companies, these Canadian companies like AEM. Also, AU is a good one as well. So there's a lot of different choice in terms of that. With the gold miners, if the price of gold goes up just a tad, then the price of the profitability of the stock goes up tremendously. So that's definitely one thing to consider. All right, let's look at Hippo from Charles, HIPO. And Hippo Holdings, and this is home insurance. Interesting. I don't know this company. Definitely looks like it's coming above the 21-day line. 31 relative strength. I probably wouldn't touch it. I probably wouldn't touch this one just because of the low relative strength. It's just not a good enough. It's just not powerful enough for me right now. So I probably would not be in this one at all. All right. So from friends, this is from TikTok. Looking at BAC, the technicals on BAC. Of course, this is one of the big money center banks, Bank of America. And let's look at the technicals on it. I'm going to switch over to that chart. There we go. Oops. There. Okay, so this is Bank of America. In terms of the technicals, we had, they actually have been showing some profit, these money center banks, and it's definitely moving up the right side. But here's what kind of distresses me here with this stock. If you'll notice, the 50-day line has moved below the 200-day line. That is the death cross, and it is not a good sign. Now, it is coming up the right side of this base, but right now, I can't really get on board this one. I don't like any of the banks, especially the smaller banks. So right now, I think what you've got to do here is just to watch this one. I would be very, very careful with any of the big bank stocks like JP Morgan or I would watch this one. I wouldn't necessarily not buy it, but it's the kind of stock where it definitely is improving. but I don't see this as a particularly good buy here. Relative strength is 26. That's not only not very good. 65. The profits have been up, which is good. And we do have a lot of funds that hold it. The PE ratio is 9, which is kind of amazing for bank stock, but I just don't think it's worthwhile holding here. I just really don't think it's worthwhile holding. Another one for TikTok is CrowdStrike. Let's take a look at CrowdStrike real quick. CRWD. And there we go, CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is moving up very nicely. The last earnings, the sales were up 48%, and the profits were up 57%. This is one of the best of the network stocks. Definitely like this stock. The thing is, it's only got a 44 relative strength. I'm just a little leery in this group. I mean, it is coming back, but there's just one thing I just don't like about this, and that is I just don't really like buying a stock below that 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average is sloping downwards, and what that means, of course, is that big money is flowing out of that issue. So I probably would not be, interested in this one here. Maybe I would watch this one, but I probably wouldn't do anything other than that. Just not anything right now with that one. I just don't want to be buying in that group. McDonald's, MCD. This one, McDonald's has been having a lot of trouble. They're laying off a lot of people, but the reason is their prices are too high, and I think that that's going to be a continuous thing. But their stock has been moving up, 85 relative strength. I just am a little bit leery about the restaurant business in general coming into a recession. I'm very, very leery about it, but it is above the 200-day line, above the 50-day line. I'm just not as interested in this area. If you did want to buy it, though, it's not a bad place to buy it. It's right about the 21-day line. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm looking at. Here's the kind of areas that I'm looking at in terms of the market, and it really isn't the restaurants or anything like that. It's more of so here's the place in the market that I am actively looking. Let's see if I can pull this in here. It's not letting me. I'm trying to give you another view here, and sometimes it lags a little bit. Well, heck, I can't seem to. Let me see if I can pull it over here and make it work. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe. No, just not. I'm going to have to close it and reopen it. Sorry about this. Again, I'm having trouble with my charts. Come on, baby. Let's see if I can get these up. Sorry about the delay. Hopefully this will let us do it. There we go. That's a little better. Almost there. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to do here is look at the groups that are performing the best in the market right now. And well, heck, let's see if we can get it. Let us see it. Okay, there we go. So now maybe I can show you what I'm talking about. All right. So these are the areas of the market that are doing the best. Currently, the best performing group out there is the electric semiconductor fabless group, followed by metals and gold and silver. I'm concentrating most of my effort in these three groups. I'm not looking at metal products, but I'm looking at semiconductors. So this is an area that I definitely am very, very interested in. And the fabless group seems to be doing quite well. The biggest in there, of course, is NVIDIA, and that is one that I should be in, but I'm not. I think that, let's see, let's go to NVIDIA. I should be in this one. I got shaken out. The question is, can we buy it here? And I definitely think that, it is potentially viable. The question is, how far away from that line is it on the technicals? Yeah, it's still viable here. NVIDIA is still viable here in the pullback. So I'm probably going to be adding some NVIDIA more than likely, as this is the top group with the top stock. I have Lattice Semi, which is the second best. So let's look at the rankings here. Yeah. So NVIDIA probably is the best. Well, I've kind of gone through it, but as you can see, most of my stuff right now is most of what I'm looking at right now is in the semiconductor fabless and in the gold stocks. By the way, I'm going to try to put out this week. I'm going to try to put out a list of gold stocks that you might want to take a look at and buy points. You got to be on the Action Trade Alerts to get it. So if you aren't already there, it's just super easy. Just go over to www.dallastradingfloor.com, sign up for the free trade alerts. Until tomorrow, I guess I'll be back. Everybody, hope that everyone is doing well. Sorry about the abbreviated schedule today. Just was running in a little bit of a time crunch. If you haven't already liked it, please like the show, and we will be back tomorrow at about 5 o'clock. Happy trading.